Okay, well, I've picked up some more cars from a supplier that I get my stuff from, and we're gonna, well, I'm gonna do a drive today to pick up the cars. My main interest is Oldsmobile diecast cars. I've always had an affinity for Oldsmobiles. I own two of them. I've owned, I don't know, 7 Oldsmobiles, Cutlasses, Delta 88 from 70, actually now 68 to 82. But I don't know, we're going to do a trip, we're going to get the cars. I'm going to do a little bit of a video while I'm there. I'm going to talk to the gentleman, and I'm going to post this up when I get the chance. So this is the collection that I have upstairs right now. I have, I don't know, about 30 cars upstairs. I have my row of Cutlass Supremes, and then I have a row of 69 and 68 with a Buick, because why not have a Buick, right? And then I have my row of cars just kind of like under the table. Anyway, so we're going to take a drive today. So it's mid-March. It is raining. It's just a beautiful semi-spring day, but the snow is melting. So this is this is March 15th in the valley. As you can see, we have a lot of snow, and it's been warming up. We had twice this just a little while ago. I can actually now see my Santa, who's been trapped under the snow for I don't know, the last couple of months. But anyway, this is this is the trip we're going to make today to pick up the diecast cars. So it's quite a grouping of stuff that you have for sale. Like, how did it start out?
I'm just a true lover of cars, and I've got pretty much everything here except NASCAR. That's
Okay.
the only thing I don't deal in. And how it started was purely a personal collection.
Right.
COVID ended my corporate career, and I decided to buy this house, set up shop, and only do this.
Right.
This I love.
So it went from like a little side hobby, to
25 years ago, I had 20 cars on a shelf.
right.
And then when I bought Stouffville, I had the basement finished and
Yep, yep.
displayed 500. And in the course of displaying 500, I was buying a lot to get up to the 500.
Yeah,
So that's how it really started. And then, when you're just trying to accomplish the quantity part, you're not necessarily buying the best stuff. And then I
Right.
got very selective. And then I started selling off duplicates and stuff
Right.
I didn't want. So that's where the sales started.
yeah.
And it just grew from there. I just kept buying and I kept
So-
selling. And
It was kind of something that it was your hobby, and
Yep.
and you kind of fell into it being more than a hobby and being a
yeah,
full
It
time.
was very generic. It wasn't
Yep.
intentional. And I'm kind of glad it was that way because it grew in a natural order that way.
Yeah.
And now I just keep buying. I can't stop buying.
So, what is in your personal interest? If you're buying for you, what are you looking for?
So movie TV cars are my biggest thing.
That's the biggest thing.
Yeah, I love movie TV cars just because I love the movies. And that's the hardest stuff to find. And yeah, so I'll buy a 300 car collection if there's 2 rare movie cars in it that I want.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, yeah. All the time.
And I guess a lot of these cars are like leftover from a corporate, or people have bought them and they're selling their collections.
So I have bought out some stores
Yeah,
and some wholesalers, but more of it would be private collections.
I see.
And that's what I actually prefer to, because private collections, people have invested a lot of time and money
Yeah.
over the years. They're very selective about the cars. I want the good stuff. And
Mm-hmm.
I do buy some of the new stuff, but that's not where I want to play
Right,
in this
right.
world.
Yep.
I like the 10 to 25-year-old stuff,
Yes.
preferably new in the box, or
Yeah.
at least mint in the box.
Mhm.
And that way I'm one of, maybe 2 guys in Canada that have it.
Yep.
Whereas, you buy the latest and greatest auto art,
Yep.
you're one of 300 guys that have it.
I see.
So that's not as special.
And what's your company called, or what do you call your business?
Dave's Little Cars Inc., which
Okay.
also was very generic. I had a more official business name, DC Collectibles, way back in the day.
Yep.
But myself and everybody else always referred to me as Dave's Little Cars.
Dave's Little Cars.
So I said, okay,
Okay.
I'm going to incorporate that name. And I
Yeah,
did.
yeah. Well, that's good. And so, if anyone wants to get a hold of you, they can just look up Dave's Little
Just
Cars.
Google Dave's Little Cars Inc.
Okay,
There's a whole
yeah.
page for it. A lot of reviews on it.
Right.
I also have a private Facebook group, Dave's Little
Yes.
Cars Inc.
Yes.
And that's where the best advertising goes as well.
Mhm.
Now the way I advertise, it's 2 videos and about 20 pictures
Yep.
per car, which is an hour per car. to
Oh,
advertise.
that's a lot of time that you got to invest in.
Yeah. But you know what? This is good stuff.
Yep.
And to just throw up one picture of a car in a dusty box,
Yeah. No.
it's got to be done right.
Yeah. And I was looking at your online sales, like that you have for sale, and there was about I don't know, it was over 3,000 items that you had for sale.
So when I first started advertising, it was Kijiji. That
Yes,
was the big thing.
yeah.
So over the course of, I'd say 7 or 8 years, I've posted 4,000 plus ads on Kijiji.
Yes.
Because a good day,
Yeah.
a good day of advertising, assuming I have nothing else to do, which
Right.
there's no such day, I might be able to get 10 cars advertised.
Right.
So to get over 4,000 advertised, it's taken me that long.
Yes.
I realized in the past year, there's more of a transition to Facebook Marketplace.
Yes. Yeah.
So I started advertising there as well.
Right.
It has taken me over a year to get over 1,500 ads up on Facebook Marketplace.
Right.
And then I post everything in the subgroups when I post to Facebook Marketplace as
Mm-hmm.
well. So local diecast groups or local buy and sells.
Yeah.
And then post to my private Facebook group and then post to Kijiji. So that's why between 20 subgroups, Kijiji, Facebook Marketplace, and my private Facebook group, that's why it takes an hour per car.
That's a lot of.
to advertise.
The advertisement is quite extensive. Like
It's
so
the
that's
major portion. So between advertising and inventory control, that's half my time.
right.
And I'm still, take a pan around. I'm still
Yep.
3,000 cars away from fully advertising everything.
Yeah.
And when you've bought 700 cars in the past 3 months, I realize I'm never going to catch up. But that's fine. I will do this until I can't do this.
Yeah, well, this is an extensive and impressive collection that you've put together.
So, you know, and this is not a fact, but to the best of my knowledge, and I'll give it about a 90% certainty, this would be the largest unique collection, possibly in North America.
Really?
There are a couple stores that have more pieces,
Yes.
but they will have, you know, 20 of a new release,
Right.
whereas I'll have 2 of a 20-year-old release. So for me to have 6,000 plus
Yeah.
almost unique vehicles
Yes.
in the 10 to 25-year-old range,
Right.
that's unheard of.
So what is so like on a low excuse me, like on a low quality car or a lesser quality car, that's like a Matismo or
Maisto.
Maisto?
Some people say Maisto, but
Okay.
yeah, Maisto.
And then like for my personal some of the better cars I've got from you are the GMPs.
Yes. So for muscle, GMP would be pretty much the top.
Right.
And then exact detail being very close. Acme's also very similar to GMP. And from what I
Right.
understand, Acme and GMP is a father-son relationship.
Oh, really?
Father's GMP, son's Acme.
I see. Yeah, so today I've come to pick up these 5 cars, and I'm going to add them to my collection. I'm going to do a little video maybe on each car as I kind of unbox it and then rebox it, because I find that I'm just displaying the boxes now.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh.
because I don't have a sealed cabinet, and trying to get the dust out of the interiors is
It's hard.
it's hard. I don't know how to do it. So this, I'm just sort of, maybe one will come out of the box, but I'm just, it may change. And I haven't seen, this is like a cola colored or root beer colored,
Yeah.
right?
You got to see this color. It's actually quite impressive. I've never seen a color like this. They call it Regency Rose. And
Yeah.
It's actually quite a fitting name.
Oh, wow. That is beautiful.
Yeah. That's very unique.
Yeah. Oh, I love that color. I think that will be coming out of the box. It's almost like it's like a copper, like a copper root beer. Yeah.
It's pretty.
That is pretty. Yeah, there's a lot of nice cars.
So here, I'll tell you a cool story about where actually all of these cars came from.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, a good client of mine passed away,
Oh,
and my wife and I were in town where the widow is, and
yep,
I had no intention of buying the collection, but I did
Right.
want to give my best to the widow. So we
Yep.
stopped in, and she, was obviously distraught, and
yep.
she was also distraught about what to do with 500 cars.
Oh, yeah.
It's, I feel her pain. I'm dealing with 6,000,
Yeah.
and I know what I'm doing. Not knowing what you're doing with 500 cars is
Yeah.
a lot.
Oh, yes.
So I told her I would, I'd give it some thought and figure
Yep.
out how I could help her.
Right.
And after 2 days of soul searching, I realized the only way I can help her is to buy the collection.
Yep.
So I went in, I made her an offer. But with me at this point, I don't need 500 cars.
No,
I don't need any cars.
Right.
So there needs to be a cherry on top. There always
Yeah.
needs to be a cherry
No, I
on
get
top.
it. Yeah.
And usually that's, like I was saying earlier, if there's
Mhm.
a couple nice movie cars in a 100-car collection, I'll buy
Yep.
it because that's my cherry on top.
Right.
Well, this cherry on top was very special. I went out to the garage,
Mm-hmm.
and there was a real 2007 Shelby GT500.
Oh, and you had sold your Mustang.
I had sold mine
Yes.
for sale when I bought the house, unfortunately, and I truly missed it. And I figured, you know what? This is a sign. This was meant to be.
Yep.
So I said, okay, my offer is contingent on not only taking the 500 cars, but
the
taking
car.
the real car.
Yep.
And we put a deal together, and I'll be picking up the Shelby in 2 to 3 weeks.
Well, that's great. That's really good.
Oh, I can't wait.
Because you were, I remember talking to you when you got rid of the Mustang, and it was like it was a sad day, but it was a necessary, it was a necessary day, right?
Well, you know what? The house comes first.
Yes.
And this is our dream home, and this also
Yep.
gave me the space to run the business. So
Right.
you know what? Cars
But-
come and go, houses don't.
Yeah.
Had to be done.
I get it. But now that gives you an incentive. You were talking about a garage in behind.
So not just a garage; it's a whole addition.
Oh, okay.
The goal is, and I'm still waiting for interest rates to come down, but
Yep.
I'm basically going to build the house over again.
Yeah.
So I'm going to have the addition attached to the house because
Right.
that way you can go full height of the house.
Oh, okay.
And the builder who built the house has already agreed to build the addition, so it will
Okay.
look identical, same
Right.
finishes, everything.
Oh, that's good.
And what you're looking at here is 1,000 square feet with 14-foot high ceilings.
Yes.
So this I'm going to convert back into a regular 3-car garage.
Right, and then move.
with a couple lifts. I'm going to take all the inventory, all the shelving, all the cases,
Yeah.
and I'm going to go to a 5,000 square foot
Yeah.
facility with same 14-foot high ceilings. And then I'm going to do a 5,000 square foot loft
Right.
above that garage because if we're going to build it, I might as well go to the second level. And that way it matches the rest of the house.
Right.
So in the loft, I'm going to convert our current master bedroom, which is the whole footprint of this garage,
Oh, wow.
which is huge.
Yeah.
I'm going to turn that into a common area. I'm going to move.
Like a man cave?
No, more of a
Yeah, just a family.
kids' play space,
Right.
family area.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, maybe have a couple desks for the kids to be doing their homework and stuff.
Yeah.
Just somewhere where we can all be together.
Right.
So yeah, I'm gonna split the new loft into thirds. The first third will be our new master. The
Yep.
second third will be my private display space,
Okay.
which
Yeah.
will have a spiral staircase
'Cause
going
you-
down into the new business.
Mhm.
Like if you look back there,
Yep.
everything above that top line, that's all private collectibles that won't see the light of day until I have room to display.
Right, because you had a nice display area
I did
at
I
your
missed
old
it.
house, right?
Yeah, I missed the man cave.
Yeah.
So yeah, that'll be my new man cave.
Yep.
And then the last third, we're gonna do a dedicated Airbnb.
Oh, that's
and have
wow.
access to the oasis in the backyard.
Oh, that's a beautiful backyard.
yeah. So it'll be,
Yeah.
we like entertaining, so it'll
Yeah.
be kind of neat to have that space to do it and
Yeah.
generate a little income from it, and
Right.
and give them access to the backyard.
Wow. No, that's nice. I just wanted to get some video of Dave's shop and the cars and some of the stuff that he has for sale, just so that you could get an idea of how much he had and what he had. So here we can see that he's got a lot of Ferraris, exotic cars in this area, and he seemed to have a little bit of everything. There was, the exotic cars, the muscle cars. He had the, like he stated, the die-cast cars, movie cars. He just was, he just had a lot of everything. It was overwhelming, the amount of cars that he had. It was, fun to go through and look at everything. I ended up picking up a couple more cars that he had. Just by when I walked through and I saw, I didn't realize that he had them. So I picked up the Pontiac race car that's in the glass case. We'll see that in a second. I thought that was a really nice car, and I didn't have anything like that, so I thought that it would go nice in my collection. And then there were some other cars that I added. Yeah, that's the Pontiac that I picked up. So it was, we had a good get together and went through, what he had and what he's been up to and what his plans are. And these cars, I just thought that maybe people out there would like to see them, and then if you're in the GTA, then maybe you can stop by